Good afternoon to those of you who are just joining us. We'll get started here in just a few moments, so please stand by. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our live stream for our virtual Discovery Festival. My name is Will Tapia. I am the Advancement Coordinator for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and we are so happy that you are here, taking time out of your day to watch this presentation. We are so excited to welcome Fidelity Investments. They're presenting on why it's important to save, something that I'm sure you've heard your parents, your family, your friends talk about. So we're going to answer some of your questions live on this stream. So I'm just going to real quick mention what this festival normally is outside of a pandemic. Discovery Festival is a one-day event held at the Albuquerque Convention Center. We have 50 plus exhibitors from all across various areas of STEAM fields, which of course means science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. So we have all these wonderful exhibitors. We have 3,000 students from all across central New Mexico participate in this event. It's a really fun, high energy event. But of course, as we all know, because of the novel COVID-19 pandemic this year, we are unable to have an in-person event. So a lot of your teachers, a lot of your parents, a lot of your administrators at your school asked us to do this event in a virtual space. So that brings us to what we're doing today. So again, we are so happy that you are here. We have lots of fun presentations for the next several weeks. So you can be sure to check out our website, discoveryfestnm.org, and you can see our exhibit hall and all the exhibitors we have coming up. Should be a blast. And we'll be sure to post that in the comment section. I see that our comment section is live and well during this this broadcast. So that's great. Please use that comment section. If you have any questions that come up during the presentation, drop us a comment, drop us a line there inside that comment section, and we can be sure to take that question and ask our presenters live on air. I think that's all the announcements that I have to mention. If anything crazy happens, I should say this as well. If anything happens with a stream, if the signal gets cut, if the computer goes down, we all know how technology can be sometimes. Just go right back to this same YouTube page. That's BBBS CNN. Of course, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central New Mexico. Just go back to this YouTube page and we'll have the stream back up momentarily. We're not anticipating anything like that will happen, but hey, you never know. Technology can be technology. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our two guests today. We have Winnie Yan and Crystal Jones from Fidelity. Winnie and Crystal, are you both there?
Hey, Will, I'm here.
Awesome.
Hi, everybody out there.
Hello.
Hope you all are doing well.
Well, you know, I think I've babbled for long enough already. I think everyone's tired of hearing me talk. So I'm going to pass it over to you. And don't forget, kids, don't forget, students, as you're watching, put your comments in that chat box, and I will ask Winnie and Crystal live as you ask the question. So that's great. I'll leave it to you two.
Keep them coming. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing here a bit. But as we're going, I guess, Winnie, you want to kind of tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Winnie Yan, and I have been with Fidelity for 16 years, and I'm currently a project manager working on implementations for HSA accounts, health savings accounts. So I love doing financial literacy, and I have been doing that for about 7 years, mainly in the Albuquerque area, and I am so excited to be here. And on the personal front, I'm a mother of two, and you will probably hear me talking about them later on in this segment. And I have a 10-year-old and also a 9-year-old. I think that's it, Crystal.
All right, great, Winnie. And Winnie, it's so different not being in the office. I know I always look forward to seeing your kids out at the site with us. So hopefully we do hear from them. That is definitely something that I miss. And I know all our viewers out there are probably wishing they were back in their classrooms with their friends. And it's the same for us. I wish I was back in the office with my friends. So I definitely feel you there. I am Crystal Jones. I am also in our Albuquerque Fidelity office. I manage a team of associates that work directly with our plan sponsors on helping them save money, which is kind of why we thought it would be good to speak with you today. Our teams work directly with those employers. So when you go out and you get Shell gas, or you go to Smith's, or you go to any of those department stores that you guys are probably looking forward to getting your Christmas gifts from, we work with those people behind the scenes that help their employees save and make money. So more to come there. On the personal front, I do also have a son. He is 14, so he's in high school, and he, right along with so many, are learning to adapt. Is learning to adapt to our new environment. So. We do have a question for you guys, and hopefully you'll hit Will up with some of those answers, and hopefully it'll unite and make us feel like we're connected in some way. But what song motivates you? So as you are getting up and getting ready for school every day, we want to know what song is helping you stay motivated at home. And I don't know, Winnie, if you want to share yours. I know we talked about this, and I don't even remember which song I picked then, but we'll see if today's song is maybe the same one that that I shared.
Sure. So my song is I Will Survive, because every day I meet challenges at work, and this song really keeps me going. So what about you?
So right now, my song is Happy, and I know that song is so old now, but anything that can get my feet moving is where I'm at. Will, what about your song, or you have any answers out there?
Yeah, that's a tough one for me. I'll have to think about it. I have a very eclectic music style, but so some of the students are saying in the chat. We have Robert who says that his song that motivates him is "Eye of the Tiger."
Ah.
Fidel is saying that any type of oldie motivates him.
Hey, okay.
Oh, love that.
That's awesome, Fidel. Yeah, and So Brooke Beggio is saying that she loves Eye of the Tiger as well. Go Rockies! So I think
Nice.
that's pretty cool. Also, shout out to the entire Osuna Elementary. They just posted in the chat that they're all
Nice.
watching. So this is pretty
Great.
awesome.
Well, glad to have you, Osuna Elementary, and loving to hear those songs. As I mentioned, my high schooler, he actually likes some old music, and every once in a while I'll hear a tune coming from his room, and I'm like, does he know? Like, how does he know that? So he plays in the band and he plays the trumpet, and I have challenged him to learn how to play Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder. So we'll see if he's gonna pull that one off. But I definitely like some old music as well. So we could talk about music all day, but we're here to talk about money, and maybe music will make some of you money in the future. So Winnie, let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, so before I go over some vocabularies, so do you know, Christo, that 39% of the Americans do not have $400 saved in their bank account just for emergency money. For example, let's say if your car breaks down, 39% of the people, they don't have enough money to pay for emergency
Wow.
expenses. So that's why
That's
this
shocking.
message, this is what that is why this message of saving is so important, and that's why we're here today. Um,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, vocabulary that we're going to learn today, and feel free to ask any questions, and will let us know. So, scarcity. So it is an economic problem that exists because we only have a limited number of resources and unlimited wants. For example, we all only have 24 hours a day, and we don't have anything more than 24 hours. And how are we going to allocate this time, right? So that's an example of scarcity. And if you have a great example, I would love to hear that too. So Christo, do you have anything like that?
Sorry, I'm on mute there. Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, so just I'm not sure here, but I think what you're saying that is if so scarcity. So if I only have $500 in the bank, that's it. I don't have any more, so I can only make plans for that $500, even though I'm really, I'm contemplating this new iPhone 12, and
Oh,
obviously I can't do that if I only have $500 in the bank. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, exactly. And then there's also the next one, that is opportunity cost.
Okay.
It is whenever you make a choice, you're giving up something. For example, if I have to, let's say, have, let me think. If I have $500, right? But I can't really, it doesn't fit my budget of buying all the Christmas gifts for my family, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I have choices to make. So what is my opportunity cost here? Maybe I will make some more, bake some more cookies, spend more time doing homemade gifts instead of buying things. So the opportunity cost for me will be I'm giving up my time in
Okay.
order to um, make some gifts for my family. Does it make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So choosing something different. So still Christmas is here. It's gonna happen whether we want it or not. And people
Right.
expect something. So you're gonna choose how you meet that need
Right.
without breaking the bank.
Yeah, and
Got it.
it is also a trade-offs too,
Hmm.
right? So you're giving up something in order to do something else. All
Got it.
right, saving. So it's the act of putting something aside for later use. Um, for example, I didn't do it this year, but last year I went to trick or treat, right?
Hmm.
And I, with my kids, of course, and then I collected all those candies, right? And I was saving those candies for the rest of the year and spread it out so that I don't, eat it all at one time. And I even had the candies back into the office, and with a one gigantic bag at my desk in the past. So,
Hmm.
you know,
Okay.
saving,
You
but
know what?
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so that iPhone, basically, I could save for it instead of buying it now. I could probably figure out a way to save for it and get it at a later time.
That too. That
Okay.
too.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got another question for you kids out there. we're going to go into some activities here. So if you guys want to start hitting Will with maybe some things that you're saving for, we'll bring it back up here later, but go ahead and start sending in the things that you're saving for.
That's right. And then we'll do a budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So investing is saving the money in order to earn a financial return. So, for example, for grown-ups, they will, when they save enough money, then they will do investments. So they will invest in stocks, invest in bonds, so that they try to make their money grow, so that it's not only saving $100 and it's been, it will be sitting there and it stays as $100. So they're taking if they're investing in stocks, yes, there's a risk of loss too, right? But there's also another upside of it. Hopefully you'll earn some money if the market is up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Another way of investing is to invest in property or real estate. So real estate can also make you money. And as many of you start driving cars, or maybe some of you are working with parents. I know one of my son's friends, his dad bought a historical car or an older vehicle, and they have remodeled that or brought it back. They've restored that vehicle. And I don't think they're going to use it as an investment, but I guess if times got tough, they could definitely sell it and make a whole heck of a lot more than they paid for it, for that vehicle. Well, got some stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to Miss Hayden's class over at Lowell Elementary. We're glad you guys are all here. And Robert is saying that he's saving right now for an iPad Pro second generation and an Apple Pen.
And an Apple Pen. I didn't know about that. I have not been following Apple and all of their products, but now I'm gonna start researching this Apple Pen, Robert.
Oh, it is very useful. My daughter uses Apple Pen. Is it Apple Pencil or is it Apple Pen? Pencil, right? Okay, so she's using the Apple Pencil and draw on the iPad, and it's very neat. Good choice.
Nice. Yeah, Robert, if you could shoot in maybe the cost for those, we're going to add them to this next slide. I think that's going to be a fun activity.
And we just got another comment coming here. So Fidel is saying that he's saving up for the PlayStation 5.
Nice.
PlayStation 5. Yeah, the new generation, I think. So yeah, if you guys put in the rough cost on those comments, we can read those off as well.
Yep.
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
So to get back, so as we talked about some of these vocabulary words, there's a couple of terms that kind of help us figure out how we want to achieve those goals. So these are all goals, and a goal is something that you identify as a place to go in the future. So there are short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals. So your short-term goals, we would put those in a category of something that you want to do in a few months. So anywhere from next week to 2 months out is going to be considered a short-term goal. So of course, if it's something that is going to cost a lot and you want to get it in your short-term goal, you're going to have to give a couple of things up in order to get that. So if I make $500 a week and I want to get my iPhone 12 and I've got to have it in the next 2 months, I'm going to have to put a couple of things aside so that I can do that. But that might be a cost or a risk I'm willing to take depending on other things. So a medium-term goal is something that you plan to achieve within 2 months to 3 years. And then your long-term goals are anything that you plan to achieve in more than 3 years. So if I'm going to buy a house and I need to collect my down payment of 10%, and that's going to be several $1,000s, I'm probably going to start planning 3 years in advance so that I can save less, or that my savings has less impact on my other goals, or even my other responsibilities during that time. So, all
That's
right.
right. Yeah.
Okay. So, let's start. I'm going to see if we can write in some of the things that we've already heard. This Apple Pen and that PS5 are going to go on our list.
Yes.
And I don't know, Winnie, what do you think? That Apple Pen, so the PS5 is about $1,000 is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So let's start with that one. That
Okay.
PS5 is about $1,000. So what do you think? Is that a short-term goal, medium-term goal, or long-term goal?
Well, depending on um, when our student wants it, right? Do they want it for the holidays, or do they want, is it okay for them to wait until after New Year, I guess?
Mhm.
What do you think?
I think let's put it in the medium-term goals, because
Okay.
let's go with medium, and who knows, there could be some breaks that come up along the way that help us reach that goal. And I'm going to put $1,000 next to that. Let's see.
Is
That
PS5 out yet? I don't know.
I don't know if it's out yet. I think it comes out this month.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
Okay.
sure
All right.
exactly, but I would imagine if it's coming out before Christmas. So, so
And we
I
do
guess
have another one come in. So
yeah.
someone wants an electric Hummer, one of those new cool electric Hummers, and that runs about 112,000.
Oh, that is
Oh.
definitely long term.
But it comes out in 2022.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
wow.
2 years
And you said
later.
about 100,000, right?
Right, about
One more
122.
zero. Okay.
Mm.
Gotta add those commas in there.
And Robert is saying that an Apple Pen is about $130.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, Robert. Oops. Oh, inflation. You guys didn't see that.
Tenfold.
All right.
Hey.
I guess there's so I actually had a couple of ideas, but you guys just elevated all of those. I said a computer, a bike, a vacation. I had my iPhone there, but I think we've got that one covered. I also had, which I haven't heard anybody talk about them, but those sneakers, those tennis shoes. I'm sure there's some Air Jordans that are out there. I did look up those Travis Scott Jordans. Those they look like they would go with some outfits. They run about $175. So let's
Mm-hmm.
put some Jordans on our list.
Okay.
You guys will have to tell me though, are they still the thing or not? Of course, that was what my friends always wanted. So but maybe that's not a thing anymore.
Oh, iPad is about $1,000.
All right.
All right.
That is definitely all right. Let's go ahead and I don't know. Um, I would love to go to Disney in Paris though.
Oh.
I want to go to the Disney there, and I think I was pricing a trip. Of course, during the pandemic, everything's cheaper if you can get out of the States, but my Disney Paris vacation was costing about $5,000. Of course, it's not a large family. It is just two people, so
Mm,
probably swing it on 5,000. So, all
that
right.
works.
So, just going with a couple of ideas. Let's start with Robert's Apple Pen for $130. When we're planning on how to kind of do these different activities, we've got to figure out how much can we save per week, and let's stick with our weekly budget of $500. In our example, we get about $500 every week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the amount needed for our Apple Pen is $130.
Sure.
And how much could we save per week out of our 500? Or how do we want to do this, Winnie?
So if you're getting $500, let's say for an income, right? So you need to take away housing, you need to take away your food, right? So after that, how much do you think you can save per week?
Oh man. Well, I mean, I like getting a lot of things. So I guess maybe let's say $50 a week I could save.
Okay, okay. So so for $50 a week, you can do, yeah, 50 there.
Okay.
So if you're trying to see how long you have to save for it, right?
Mhm.
So it's $130 divided
Mhm.
by 50,
Okay.
right?
Let's see.
So
Oops. Teachers out there, I'm sorry if this is not Common Core. I'm gonna put this. Actually, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna put our division 130
divided
divided by
by
50.
50.
I'm gonna put the equation, and we will pause for a moment and let one of our students give us the answer.
That's 130 divided by 50. Is that right?
That
That's
is
right.
correct.
Okay, I'm going to post that in the chat. And while we're waiting on that, we did also get two more. So Sasha says that she would like an Apple Watch, and that runs about
Ah,
$599.
wow.
And then we also got a really good one. We got a student who says that they want to save up to go to college.
Oh, I love
I
that
love
one.
that one.
That's
Yep.
great.
Okay. So, do you all know that comparatively, New Mexico college tuition, if you bump that against nationwide, is comparatively a lot cheaper than the rest of the nation. So
Wow.
please, I encourage everyone who think about, going to college, really think about it, because it's a lot cheaper to do it in New Mexico than other places.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
absolutely. And it looks like we got a correct answer there in the chat. So Robert is saying 2.6.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Robert.
2.6. So we have 2.6 weeks
Weeks.
later. And we probably are going to just go ahead and round that to 3 weeks
Yes.
because we're not saving incrementally. We're going to save $50 per week. And in order to get to our goal, now you can definitely keep the rest and use You'll probably have to pay taxes on your $130.
That's right.
So you definitely want to account for that. So at the end of your 3 weeks, if we round that up, we've got 50 times 3, which is $150. So you will have $150 at the end of your 3 weeks, and you will have your new pen, your Apple Pen, in less than 2 months in this example. But let's just check for a second, because there are times where things happen. Maybe you're outside playing baseball with your friends, and that baseball, it's not in anybody's glove. It happened to hit the neighbor's car window, and now we've got to repair that. Or maybe you had a birthday, and you got a gift of some cash, and that helps you along the way.
That's right.
So to figure this out, we are going to take a chance and roll a die.
That's right.
To see what our particular setback might be, or what we might win in this scenario.
The
So
windfall.
yes, so it is loading here, and we
2.
rolled a 2. And on our, hey, we dodged it there. So Robert, in about 3 weeks of saving $50, you are now the owner of an Apple Pen. So you dodged one there, and you did not have any setbacks, but you also didn't get any windfalls. So
so you're on track there.
Yes.
And then after you get you reach your goal of getting your Apple Pencil, you can move on and get your iPad Pro.
All right, so let's go back to our medium-term goals. And we had the PS5, an iPad, and an Apple Watch. We're gonna save for either the PS5 or the iPad, and they both run about $1,000. So we're gonna go ahead and put in our $1,000 there.
Yes.
Okay, so Winnie, help me out again. What do we do for this?
So it's very similar to what we're doing on the short-term goals, but now we're trying to figure out how much we can actually save per month.
Okay,
right?
so so this one is about 3 years. So our budget hasn't changed. We still have about $50 per month we can save.
So let's say there are 4 weeks in a month, right? So 4 weeks times 50, that's 200. So $200 a month.
Oh yeah, per month. Oops, 200. Okay, so we're saving $200 a month now. It is definitely going to take us more than 2 months, but it doesn't seem like it'll take that much more. So we're going to do
$1,000.
Yep. 1,000
divided by 200.
200.
Does anyone know the answer?
Okay, we did in the chat, so we'll see what they have to say. So we're looking for 1,000 divided by 200. Let's see who's got the answer first.
And while you guys are working on that answer, I'm going to go ahead and roll the die and see what risk we're taking this time.
Okay.
Actually, I'm a little afraid this time. The stakes are a bit higher.
So if you click on the die.
Oh, on the die. Oh, wait, the die is. So let's see. Or I could just refresh.
Oh, 5.
5.
Let's see.
Oh. Well, then I still want that answer, but it looks like we just got we got our iPad.
Awesome. Yeah, we have a bunch of students who are saying 5 as the answer for that. So
bingo,
right.
ding, 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 ding.
Great. So we've got 5 months, and we have our iPad. And in this case, we were saving for $1,000. We got a gift of $1,000, and we didn't have to save it all. But I would still encourage you, if this is something, just keep saving. And as Winnie mentioned earlier, a lot of adults, we will save using 401ks, IRAs, Roths, and stocks and bonds. So if you want to save, and even as we get into our next example for college tuition, that was our pre-populated example, and I think we may go with that, or we may actually play with the Hummer a bit. But as you are planning, it is always good to save, even if you don't have a goal in mind. Saving is always good. So if you can save $50 per week, which turns to $200 per month, you could put it in a Roth IRA to save those funds. Or even some banks offer short-term savings, which are called CDs. I don't even know what that stands for, Winnie, but I know that they do CDs. So there are different ways, though. There are many
Certified
different vehicles.
deposit, right?
Yes. There are different ways that you can save money, and some of those will earn you interest. You can have a savings account, which doesn't earn a lot of interest, but it does earn interest over time.
Yeah. So going back to Crystal, when you mentioned even if you don't have a goal, try to save. It is also very, especially important this year when the pandemic hit. So traditionally in the past, people advise other people that, the general public to save between 3 to 6 months of emergency expenses. But now, because of the pandemic, 3 to 6 months might not be enough. So whenever you have a chance to save, I think it's a very good idea to save.
we did get a couple of questions in kind of on that topic. So we have a couple of kids asking what an IRA is. So we have 3 of them. So what is an IRA? What is a stock? And I can write this in our chat too. So what is an IRA? What is a stock? What is interest? And where can I buy a stock?
Oh, okay. So IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. So for the grown-ups, when you have income, then you can put money aside in the IRA, Individual Retirement Account. Is the purpose of it is for you to save for retirement. So that's one thing. Anything to add, Crystal?
No, that's exactly it. Well, I guess with the IRA, there's and this may be a lot, but with an IRA, stock and bonds and all of those, you can even choose because purchasing these types of savings plans or programs, you don't have to know about the stock market, and you don't have to know about all of the volatility, and you don't have to watch that stuff, because a lot of places where you would buy, and I'm kind of jumping to the last one, they do offer professionals that manage that. So there's different ways to purchase IRAs and stocks. You can Fidelity Investments definitely does that, but there's many different vendors and suppliers of IRAs, so E-Trade and different companies that are out there, Wells Fargo, Merrill Lynch, just to name a few.
Okay, so now the next one is the stock, right? So stock is basically an ownership of a company. So when a company goes public, for example, probably you guys heard about it lately, Roblox, they went public, right? So so the company is trying to get investments from the general public. So by you buying a stock, you are buying a share of the ownership of Roblox. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So interest is usually it happens when you put money into a bank, and usually the bank will take your deposit, and in turn they will lend that money to other small business, let's say. And in return, the bank is paying you interest so that you they as a kind of like a compensation for using your money when you put the money into the bank. So that's interest. So when you put money into a savings account, typically the bank will provide a little bit of interest to what you put on top of what you're putting in.
Yep. So they're borrowing your money as long as it's sitting there.
Right.
But you still have full access to those funds. It's just an agreement that as long as your money is sitting there, they're going to loan it out to settle up other contracts under their business. So
yeah.
I think there was another one in there. We talked about where can I buy one? How does a stock or IRA make money?
Oh, okay. How does a stock make money? So when you buy that stock, right? So you get a share of that company. So if that company is doing well, making money, then at the end of the year, they either distribute dividends, which means they will give you some money back, or the stock price is going up in the market because the company is doing well. And that's how you make money in stock.
Yeah. Now, another word I mentioned was volatility. And so the downside of the stock and the IRA is there is volatility, which means it goes up and it goes down, it goes up and it goes down. So when you're talking about IRA, stock, investments, there is always risk to
Yes.
that, which is why we kind of put the die in the presentation, because that kind of represents how making money through stocks and IRAs works. It goes up and it goes down. You roll the die this way and you get money. You roll the die that way and you may lose money, or it may just stay the same and you coast out and you reach your goals. But again, working with investment professionals that deal with IRAs, stocks, and interest, you can usually reach your goals with minimal disruption.
Or when you go to college, take finance classes.
Yes.
And then it will teach you how to take a look at the balance sheet, and you can analyze the company, any company that you're interested in. And that's also another way, because that's how I started learning finance. I went to college and I studied finance.
Awesome. So one more example here, and this one is for kicks. We still have plenty of time, but We're going to spend $122,000 on that new electric Hummer, which comes out in a couple of years. So we have time to go ahead and save up some money towards this purchase. So let's just say our budget is still $50 a month.
Okay.
And I don't know, because we have more than 3 years to plan. Well, what do you think, Winnie? Did we get a raise? Maybe we got a raise. Maybe we're getting
Okay.
$1,000 a week now.
You mean $1,000 a month?
Hey, I'm buying a Hummer. I'm making $1,000 a week.
Okay.
So we're making $4,000 a month.
That means you need to make a lot of sacrifices, a lot of opportunity costs on this. You need to give up a lot.
Well, no, we're making more money now, though. So $4,000 a month, and we're still going to save at the same rate. So, guys, if you remember, we started with $500 per week. We were saving $50 per week. Can somebody tell me what percentage of our income were we saving? So we saved $50 a week from our $500 per week.
So to solve this, it will be $50 divided by 500.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Does anyone know? Mm-hmm.
Waiting just in case.
I'm keeping an eye on the chat. It looks like no one's solved the correct answer just yet.
Okay.
Okay.
We threw that one in there as a bonus, so we threw you guys off a little bit, but we were saving 10% of our income. So I've got one more coming. If we're making $4,000 per month and we want to save 10% of our income, which, by the way, is a good percentage to save. Some investors say save more, but I say save at least 10% of your income. What did we say? We've got $4,000 per month.
Times 10%.
Yeah, yep. 4,000 times 0.10. All right. So now we're going to save $400. Okay. So we're saving $400 per month, and we need $122,000. Now we expect this to take more than 3 years. Winnie, how do we do it when we're trying to calculate years now?
Okay, so if you want to, you know that you have $4,000 a month, right? So how much do you save per year?
Oh, we've got 400
times 12. That's 4,800.
All right, so we're saving about almost $5,000 per year.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're trying to figure out how many years we need to save. We're going to use our same equation as before. We're going to use our 122,000 divided by 4,800 equals how many years?
You are going to be in for a surprise.
All right. Oh man. No way.
Yes.
Okay. Well, just for kicks, we're going to roll the die one more time and see what happens. So we're going to be saving for this for 24.4166 years. That's a long time. Where's our die? Five. Well, we got a $2,000 blessing on our Hummer. It brings us, what, just about 4 months closer. No, 5 months closer. That brings us 5 months closer to our goal. So we're still saving for 25 years, but we are 5 months closer to our goal. We can do it, but we are going to have to make some adjustments along the way. As we continue to make more money, or we continue to look at our opportunity cost. So if this is something that we really want to strive for, and we don't want to wait 25 years for it, we're going to have to make some adjustments to our spending so that we can save more money. Another thing that we could do, since we're purchasing a vehicle, is we could look at ways that we could borrow the money that we need and potentially pay back with interest. So there are definitely different ways to reach those goals. I would strongly encourage that every time you guys are looking to purchase a vehicle, though, that you weigh all of your options. And the more you can save and the more you can put towards that vehicle, the better. So I imagine this group is filled with children that are possibly looking at a lot of different cars out there. We may have to get an electric Hummer model car or toy car just to satisfy our needs for now. But it's definitely something that we can continue to strive for and reach for. And this amount here is very similar to some college expenses as well. So this example that we went through, it is definitely one that is real for many Americans, many adults, many young adults. So it just shows you how you can save for whatever goals you have set. I don't know, Winnie, would you add anything?
Yeah, so the very important thing here is if you have a goal, then you need to have a plan and the discipline to achieve that goal. Just follow through, follow that plan, and you will be able to reach it when it is reasonable, of course.
All right. So one last question as Winnie and I wrap things up. I guess what we would like to know is, why do you feel that you need to save? Or in other words, what have you learned today through this? We hope that we were able to share some information with you that you can use as you continue to grow up and start making more money. So things to do to kind of keep those goals centered and focused. But hopefully we shared with you today the importance of setting goals, the difference between short, medium, and long-term goals, the math to project savings goals. I know oftentimes you probably look at your math teachers and think you won't use those skills, but you absolutely will use
Yes.
multiplication, division. You will use a lot more as you become an adult. And then identify the opportunity. We've shown you how to identify opportunity costs with savings. So, well, yeah.
Great. Yeah, we got some good comments to that question, why we need to save money. So some students are saying so they can afford to buy things, buy nice things,
Yeah.
in case they need it in an emergency, if something like that were to come up. You're not left high and dry, so to speak. And then another student is saying just to buy things.
Yeah. I'm so happy that
Awesome.
we got these answers. This is great. This is what we're hoping for this class. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, great. I think that's everything. I'm not seeing any more comments come in. I have 15 different screens open, I think, as we all do right now. So unless there's anything else, keep in mind, students, as you're watching, you can keep putting some questions and comments there in the chat. Also, this video is available as a recording. So if there's a term that we talked about or anything that you want to hear again or see some of the slides or some of the math that they were using on their screen there, you can just come back to this link and you can view this video as many times as you want and reference it and use it to help you along as you save.
Yes, definitely learn the math yourself, though. I did cheat with the calculator. I know our phones have it, but it is important to learn the math on your own, too.
I agree.
Okay, great. Well, Winnie and Crystal, thank you so much. And Brooke, Miss Beggio is asking her students to please come back to class. I think they're going to pick it up from where we're leaving it off now. So
Awesome.
Beggio's class, jump back into her class now. Otherwise, Winnie and Crystal, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
awesome.
Thank you.
All right, you too, stay safe.
You
Bye.
too. Thank you.
And
Bye.
to all of our students who are watching, don't forget we have more presentations coming your way. So I just wanted to read through real quick for our schedule for the rest of the week. We have C&M Community College, Central New Mexico Community College coming on at 9:30 tomorrow morning. So if you're curious about the kind of programs that C&M offers and that you can take there and study, check it out tomorrow morning at 9:30. We also have really cool the C&M Aviation Maintenance Program from 1 to 2 tomorrow. So if you're curious about planes and how all that stuff works, check it out tomorrow 1 to 2 on our website. What's really neat, have you guys heard about the Virgin Galactic Spaceship Company? They're sending people up into outer space. Super cool. So we have an actual spaceship company coming on tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. Then we're bringing Fidelity again on to talk about what is credit. So that's a big word that we hear used quite a bit. And a lot of us aren't sure what that is. So check it out tomorrow at 1, the same time, same place. Without further anything else, I think we're all set. I wanted to real quick give a shout out. We have some amazing sponsors, who without these sponsors, none of what we're doing here would be possible. So big shout out to Honeywell. They are our main sponsor, our presenting sponsor for this Discovery Festival event. Thank you so much, Honeywell, for your partnership through this event. Also, to the wonderful Fidelity Investments, our Curie sponsor. Thank you so much, Fidelity, for being our Curie sponsor and for having 2 presentations during this virtual Discovery Festival. We're so thankful for your partnership. To our ride sponsors, Aztec Machine Repair, Air Force Research Laboratories. Air Force Research Laboratories, AFRL, is coming on next week to do a really cool satellite presentation. So stay tuned for that. It should be a blast. To our Newton sponsors, Defense Threat Reduction Agency, Micronet Solutions, Sandia National Laboratories, and Presbyterian. Thank you so much to all of our Newton sponsors. And then this is just a big slide of everybody who's helped us out. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. And don't forget, tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m., we will see you back. Go to visit our website, discoveryfestnm.org. And you can see all the webinar links there. Join at 9:30. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you then.